21-year-old Air National Guardsman Jack Teixeira was arrested yesterday for allegedly leaking highly sensitive information online. This is all raising serious questions about how something like this could happen and remain potentially undetected for months. Senior investigative correspondent Catherine Herridge is at the Pentagon. Catherine, good morning.
Good morning, Nikki. A short time from now, the suspect has an initial appearance at a Boston court after fast-moving events yesterday culminated in his arrest.
News crews captured the arrest live, showing heavily armed federal agents taking the suspect into custody Thursday outside his mother's home south of Boston. The suspect is identified as Massachusetts Air National Guardsman Jack Teixeira. He's accused of leaking hundreds of pages of classified military documents and CIA updates, including on the war in Ukraine, some revealing how the U.S. gathers intelligence on both allies and adversaries.
Clearly, there was harm done.
Former Secretary of Defense Mark Esper told CBS News that the security questions are urgent.
You can't think of a good reason for a 21-year-old to have access to this information.
No, I cannot think of a compelling reason, and I assume Secretary Austin and Chairman of the Joint Chiefs Milley are probably asking those same questions.
Teixeira installed fiber optic cable, and that tech job may have allowed him to monitor networks through which classified intelligence flowed.
This was a deliberate criminal act.
The Pentagon first discovered highly classified material posted on social media a week ago, though the leak apparently began late last year when the documents surfaced in a chat group on the gaming platform Discord. President Biden was briefed Thursday evening about the arrest and commented earlier Thursday during his visit to Ireland.
I'm concerned that it happened, but there's nothing contemporaneous that I'm aware of that is of great consequence.
It's wildly embarrassing.
Democratic Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger, a former CIA officer who now sits on the House Intelligence Committee, said the records posted online are revealing.
We'll never be able to pull all of that information back from the internet, wiped from a place where our adversaries will be able to see it.
After the arrest, Defense Secretary Austin ordered an investigation into how the highly classified material circulated online for months without the Pentagon detecting it. Teixeira was arrested in connection with the alleged unauthorized removal, retention, and transmission of classified defense information. His lawyer has not commented at this time, Nikki.
How did a 21-year-old gain access to such sensitive documents?
Well, in this case, he was a member of an Air National Guard unit, which was an intelligence wing, and he had what amounted to an IT or a tech job to maintain these classified networks. So it appears that he got access to the information because he had a high-level security clearance, and it's through these networks that this intelligence flows through.
Why did it take so long for this breach to be detected?
Well, that's one of the things that Secretary Austin has really got to get his arms around, frankly, that this material was circulating for months and it was not detected. There are systems already in place. I'm not going to get into the details for a number of reasons that really should trigger when people are printing material or accessing networks that really amounts to unusual activity. Plus, there's a whole cadre of counterintelligence agents that are supposed to be looking at this issue. So it does appear that there were multiple system failures in this case.
And Catherine, what damage has this leak done to the credibility of the U.S. intelligence community? This isn't the first time, as we all know, this happened. Chelsea Manning about 10 years ago, Edward Snowden.
Right. I think what makes this case different is twofold. Number one, it's not a leak on the scale of a WikiLeaks or an Edward Snowden. We're not talking about that volume of information. So that's kind of the good thing about it. What's not good about it is that, based on my review of the records, there is extremely classified information. Things like talent keyhole, or TK, that refers to aerial imagery from highly sensitive satellites. Also, HUMINT, or human intelligence. That's how we know, for example, the intent of foreign leaders, or FISA, which are wiretaps on phone communications. All of those things can essentially be blown once that information is out there. So it goes to the idea among some of our allies that when it comes to secrets, the U.S. does not have a good track record of keeping them on a close hold, Nikki.
Yeah, incredibly unnerving for our country. Catherine, thank you.
You're welcome.